Have you ever wished that you could hypnotize your audience into doing exactly what you ask? It's not impossible, maybe not to the same level that you would see in a hypnotism stage show with people acting like chickens, but you can get to a level with enough power to sway your crowd into doing what you ask them to do. It's a technique that I like to call hypnotic scripting. How to train the audience to comply with everything that you ask them to do, including how much to tip you. It might sound a little bit advanced, but it really isn't. I'm going to break it down for you. If you have a show where you pretty much say the same thing day in and day out, this will just take a few little tweaks to put into practice. The process is straightforward, but the result is that an audience can be lulled into a state of extreme focus to the point where they'll pretty much do anything you ask them to do. So if that sounds interesting, let's get to the process. First, you need to use a voice recorder to record the audio of your show. If you use an app like Rev Voice Recorder or Temi Record and Transcribe, you'll be able to skip the next step, which is transcribe your whole show script into a Word document from start to finish, every single word. Put it all in one giant paragraph so there's no white spaces between paragraphs, just a whole big block of black text. Now you have to identify where all the audience reactions are within your script and start adding white spaces after audience reactions, laughter and applause. Use the return key as your audience reaction. If there's no audience reaction, don't press the return key. If there is one, press it twice to make a white space under the text. What you'll start to see is black text followed by white space, black text followed by white space, so on and so on. Once you've done this with the whole document, you'll have a whole script that doesn't have breaks for paragraphs, but only has breaks for applause or laughter. This is when you'll want to zoom out so you can see your entire document on the screen. You need to look for the areas that have a lot of black text. These are your problem areas. These heavily black text areas are the times in your show when you're talking too much and the audience is losing focus. Whenever there's too much black text, try and see if you can reduce the amount of words in sentences to get the same point across using less words. And then look for places to add jokes or audience applause cues so that you can add more white space to the problem areas. After doing this, your result should be an even distribution of black and white as you scroll down the page. 2 lines black, 2 lines white. 2 lines black, 2 lines white. Like a crosswalk. The more even you can get your script to look, the better rhythm your show is going to have. Your script should start to resemble a metronome moving really slowly. Black, white. Black, white. Speaking, audience reaction. Speaking, audience reaction, and so on and so on. As you can see, we're starting to get into the hypnotic part of this process. Now you'll have to start delivering your adjusted script using cadence uniformity. Cadence is the rise and fall of a sequence of words, the pitch rate and basic flow of how a sentence sounds when you deliver it. For example, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to start a show. Amazing acts of danger, we're almost ready to start. Same cadence, different words. If you start to always deliver your jokes in the same cadence, the crowd will start to know it's a joke and they'll laugh at it, even if it's not that funny. At a certain point during the show, you'll know when you have their attention, when you have the audience in the palm of your hand. They're clapping, they're loving you, they're laughing, they're giving you tons of energy. Once you identify this moment, you can take hold of the audience's attention and start to control it with your own rhythm. You'll be able to see what pace your show is currently at and start slowing it down a hair, taking longer pauses between sentences and relishing in the silence. The crowd will be hanging on the edge of the silence, waiting for you to say the next thing. They'll be so focused that you'll be able to hear a pin drop. One final tactic that you can use to really take this technique over the top is to get into your own speaking rhythm with your bodily movements. Start to pendulum from foot to foot while you deliver your script. Left foot, setup. Right foot, punchline. Left foot, setup. Right foot, applause cue. Keep making the same hand motions for each too, like the right hand cues the applause and the left hand cues the laughter. Imagine you're rocking a baby trying to help it fall asleep. Your back and forth movements will be comforting to your audience and they'll slip into your rhythm a lot faster. There you have it, folks, hypnotic scripting for a street show. Using this technique, you'll be able to tighten up your script and lull your crowd into a secret state of obedience. Secret because they don't know that they're obeying you, but they are. They just think that they're enjoying a show, but you've trained them to enjoy your show. You've trained them to react to the way you say things using repetition of cadence and pause. When you say a line in a certain way, they've been trained to clap and cheer. When you say a line in another way, they've been trained to laugh. And since they're being so obedient, they're going to give you exactly what you ask for when you deliver your tip speech.